Hi guys, okay, welcome back to the channel guys. Welcome back to another episode of Car DIY. For today's episode guys, this is a cosmetic mod. Alright, as you know, I'm a vain person. I like, nice stuff. Alright, so guys, okay, for this episode, right, as you know, okay, the bonnet is open, okay, and I am going to spray the engine cover. Alright, for Beamers, right, okay, you should know you have a plastic cover. Yeah, it is not part of the engine, but it covers the engine, makes it look a little nicer, right? And I have been seeing online, there's a lot of, nice design engine covers. And for today, right, I'm going to try to spray paint it myself. Alright, so guys, for those of you who are new, guys, please like and subscribe before we start this video because we have a lot of crazy videos like this coming up. Alright, so without further ado, let's remove the plastic cover and let's get going. Let's go! So removing this engine cover is one of the easiest thing you will do, okay, because there's only 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3 and 4. There's only 4 bolts that's holding this on. Okay, I'm using a Torx. Yeah, I'm using a Torx for this because I have lost many bolts, okay, that actually went all the way down to the engine. Yeah, just down below. Yep, so I'll be using this, okay, but you guys get it, okay, just remove all 4 of them. Yeah, and for mine it's a little bit faster because I lost this one already. I need to find another bolt for this. Yeah. There you go. Super easy. Alright, so right now guys, I'm going to wash this because it is really dirty. Yeah, so I need to give it a good wash and drying before I actually, spray paint it. So everything is washed up already, so I'll just use a cloth to dry it. Make sure it is really dry, yeah, before you do any spray painting and work on it because it might damage the project. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it down properly. Alright, so right now it is dried. Yeah, so I'm going to mask up the areas that I do not want to spray paint on, okay, mainly the emblem and the stripes and the lettering because I do not want to overdo it. Yeah, and it doesn't have a original feel. The masking is a bit tedious because you have to go through the whole thing and all this, and you have to use a very new knife. Yeah, it can be a pen knife, it can be a craft knife. Yeah, so it has to be really sharp. Yeah, and I do recommend going for new blades. Yeah, the blades are really important. Go for new ones, don't save on this. Alright, so what seemed like a short time lapse for you, I actually took 31 minutes to be exact, to mask and to cut out everything, so that it won't be sprayed on. Yeah, and the thing about spray painting is it's always about the patience. Yeah, it's always about the time and the details you put in. Yeah, it's not just getting a spray can, and spraying all over and hoping it will look good. Yeah, because there's a lot of work to be done, okay, prepping the surface and prepping the project and everything. So right now, the next step, I'm going to spray paint this cover right now. So right now, just wiping down the surface in case there's any dust or dirt that has landed on it. Yeah, so the first step, right, we will be spraying a coat black first because this black, the black plastic has seen better days, so I'm going to hit it with a coat of black. So the spray paint I'll be using, this would be the black Yep, just gloss black. Yep, check out the links of the items in the description down below. Yep, so before you spray, right, always remember to shake well. Do a few, 1 or 2 tests. Yeah, so all this is good. So for the first coat, right, okay, just go light and make sure all the paint touches the surface of the area you are spraying at. Alright, so the first coat is just so light. Yeah, so for those of you who are new in spray painting, do not go too heavy on the first few coats, because the first coat especially, because as you know, paint is just like liquid, and if you spray it too heavy, right, you just flow down, and that's when you have drips in your paint and it wouldn't look very nice. And for the first coat, I usually go very light because it lets me, have a feel of the spray nozzle and how much product I'm spraying on the project. Yep, and I would say for the first coat, this would be enough. So we're gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes. Yep, and we'll go on with the second coat. So right now, 10 minutes, fast forward. Alright, so right now 10 minutes has passed, okay, in a flash, and I'm gonna hit it with the second coat of black. Yeah, so it's the same thing as the first coat, just a little heavier. Yep, just a little more paint on the product.拍 YouTube 的。
哦，拍 YouTube 了。
啊。
哦，那个自媒体了。
啊。
有点像 TikTok 这样了。
差不多了，差不多。Yeah, so that was the second coat. Okay, another guy was just chatting with me, and hey, what are you doing? Yeah, because I always do all these things, at the car park, right? Okay, so it always captures a lot of attention. Yeah, a lot of people are very curious. What is this crazy guy doing on his car? In the middle of the day. And sometimes I do it in the evening and until the night. Yeah. So anyway, the second coat is up already. As you can see, it is really, really glossy and nice. Okay, the overall effect is really nice, even without the clear coat yet. Yep. So the second coat, okay, and I might examine, the second coat, because if I'm not wrong, right, okay, judging from what I'm seeing, I might not even need a third coat, but I might go for a third coat, why not? Yep, so let's just let it wait for another 10 minutes. Yep, so that will be the final coat for the black, and just waiting it for the paint to cure, because sometimes when it's dry, right, and you can touch the sides and all this. Yep, you can test it. Okay, those sides that are not visible. Yep, so sometimes the surface is dry, but the thing is, when you use your fingernail and push it in, right, okay, it forms a small dent into the paint. That means it has not fully cured yet, so you're waiting for the gases and everything to come up. Yeah, so be a little patient. For the last coat, usually I will wait slightly longer, maybe up to an hour or 2. Yeah, because I want it to be perfectly cured, yeah, before I move on to the next step. Okay, so it has been 2 days of drying. Okay, so I actually forgot about this. Yep, so I was, driving home and all this, and the next day I was like, oh yeah, the engine cover. Yep, so right now, okay, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna get some of this, okay, they call it the shelf liner. Let me zoom it for you. So it has a, like a checkered texture to it, okay, and this is the thing that you lay on to give it the carbon fiber effect. So right now I'm going to mask it. If you can find a bigger one, please do so, because you can, wrap the whole thing in one shot, okay, but I only have this small one and I am not able to find the big one, so I'll have to do it, over here first and then on the other side. Yep, so right now we're going to mask this up and spray half over here first. Alright, so everything is in place right now, and for the carbon look, right, I'll be using a sparkling silver. Yeah, so I think it works with all kinds of silver, but I'm choosing sparkling silver here. Okay, and this will be a light coat all around, so that you can fill in the holes with the silver. Yep, so as usual, shake well before you use it. Yep, so that will be it for the first coat. Okay, as you can see, I just slightly dusted on. Yep, and I went over 2 times, because after the first time I was looking through the holes and not a lot of paint is going through. Yep, so let's keep our fingers crossed and let's hope it turns out well. After 15 minutes of drying, yeah, so I sprayed a really light coat so it wouldn't take that long. So I'm going to open it up and see the effect right now. I hope it looks good. I mean, as good as what I say it will be. Happens is, some of the parts, right, you have the print really nice and sharp, because these are the higher parts that the shelf lining will be touching on, and those that are slightly below will be a bit misted. Yep, so it doesn't look that good. Yeah, but the thing is, I think it still looks pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, that look that you're looking for, and some of the parts are not sprayed evenly. Yeah, as you can see on top over here. So for those of you who are going for this project, right, you have to take note of these small little details, okay, that I have missed out. Yeah, so right now, okay, it is dried. Yeah, it's dried. Yeah, so I'm gonna do for this side, okay, of the engine cover. Alright, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dust a layer of black on it, okay, because as you know, carbon fiber, it has a bit of a silver in it, and some parts, right, of the engine cover, there's a lot of silver on it, so I don't want it to be that bright, so I'll be spraying a bit of black on top of the design right now. So right now I'm going to shake the can and start spraying a light coat of black. Alright, so as you can see, I just dusted a very light layer of black on it because I do not want all this, pattern to be too uniform, because if it's checkered with silver, right, it doesn't look that real. And a bit of black, right, it actually makes the thing a bit more blurry, and it actually has the effect. Yeah, so overall I think I am quite happy with the results so far. Let me show you a bit of a closer. Yeah, I mean, if you go really close, this is about 10 centimeters away from the engine cover. It looks a bit weird, but if you are about 30 centimeters away, this is how it looks like. If you are about 1 meter away, trust me, most people will be like, whoa, how much do you get it? I mean, it looks really cool. Yeah, so right now I'm gonna let it sit for a while before I move on to the next few steps. Alright, so right now I'm gonna tape up this area because these parts over here, it's like the inline 6, they have 6, what they call, I like manifold, coming out from the engine. Yeah, so I'm gonna spray all this in silver. So right now a few days has passed again. Okay, actually I did this only in my free time, and my car has been going without the engine cover for a while now. So right now I'm going to remove the masking and see the final product. So this is how it looks like right now. Yeah, so I'm going to do a bit about the stripes, okay, because I think it looks a little plain with the stripes like this. So right now we are going to go for the last step, okay, which is the clear coat, because right now it's just very matte in color, it's not glossy, and every piece of the color and the masking and everything is done already. So I think I will go for about 2 to 3 coats of clear coat. Make sure it is thick and nice and glossy, yeah, before we maybe we need to polish it out after this. Yeah, so right now we're going to start with a clear coat. Alright, so right now it is the first coat, and as usual the first coat will be very light. Yep, so we'll wait about 10 to 15 minutes for the second coat. This is after 5 coats of clear. As you can see, it is super glossy right now. Yeah, and I would say this would be enough for the clear coat. Yeah, check out the reflection of the clear coat. Yeah, so after this, okay, for the last part I might be doing some polishing, yeah, to make it pop. Yeah, to even up the surfaces and all this. So right now I'm gonna let it dry for another few days, because I'll be driving the car soon. I just leave it somewhere and forget about it, and the next day I'll just continue on this project. Alright, so right now it has been 2 days after the clear coat. So as you can see, it is all nice and glossy. Yeah, but the thing with clear coat is that sometimes you have a lot of orange peel. right? As you can see, the light reflection, right? It is not a very mirrory image. Okay, it reflects the light. Okay, it's slightly blurry. So what I'm going to do now, okay, which is the last step, okay, the last few steps, okay, will be some wet sanding and polishing, because I want the, I want the surface to be as mirror as possible, to have a super high glossy finish. So what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to sand it, wet sand it, okay, with 1500 grit, and then some 2000 grit sandpaper. Yep, so this is after the 1500 grit and the 2000 grit sandpaper. As you can see, it is pretty matte in color, okay, because I took out a lot of the clear coat, okay, to make it as flat as possible. And right now I'm going to go to the last few steps, which is the polishing. Yep, so for this one, right, because it's not a very big piece, okay, I should be using a sponge, yeah, to polish it manually, okay, and if it gets too tiring, I will use the machine to actually polish it out. Yep, so right now we're going to start the polishing. So this is the first part of the polishing. This is only with the 3000 grit polish. Yeah, so this should be the first step. Okay, I have 2 more steps, and guys, check out the gloss. Wow. Yeah, so I mean the clear coat and everything, right, is starting to pop. Yep, and all the finish and everything is really smooth right now, and I'm touching this, right? It's like touching a piece of glass, it's that smooth. Yep, so far I'm quite happy with the results, and I'm going to go on to the second stage and later on the final stage. Yep, and this part is really nice because it's a big flat surface. I'm starting to see, reflections of this. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, so right now we're going to continue with the polishing. Alright, so guys, that's the end of the whole DIY. It actually took me about 2 weeks, okay, to actually finish this whole thing. I mean, you guys can do it faster if you have all the time, and the place and all this. But the thing is, I really took my time, and this is the end result. So right now the whole engine bay is really looking very nice. Alright, so guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you like this, please smash the like button, please subscribe. We'll have a lot of videos like this coming up, and I will see you on the next one. Alright, so guys, stay safe, stay healthy. Happy modding your car. Bye bye.